It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. Always a pleasure, and I mean that, to be here with Kenny and Shaq. Moments away, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Orlando Magic. Checking out the Magic, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. Last season, the Timberwolves continued to have trouble stringing wins together. But you look at their core and how bright their future looks, and you have to be happy if you're a Timberwolves fan.
Well, you'd have to be happy, yes. Towns and Wiggins should complement each other because of the way their styles of play mesh together. They're taking their lumps down, but, they're a young team, and overall, I think this is a team on the horizon.
The difficult part is done. They now got the 1 and the 2 punch. Now it's a matter of just letting them grow and putting the right people around them.
Live from Orlando, 2K Sports proudly brings you the... And before...
Guys, you told me there.
All right, thank you, David. Something that has really helped the Wolves in their rebuild has been having a veteran presence on the roster, Greg, to show the young stars how to properly approach the game.
Yeah, and the biggest is future Hall of Famer Kevin Garnett. Successful, but to be a consummate pro.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Magic. Prez comes in for DJ Augustine. Minnesota also with the sub. Gorgui Dieng's checked in for Kevin Garnett. So on the floor for Minnesota, Rubio and Levine together in the backcourt. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Gorgui Dieng. And it's Towns in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Here's Gordon. Here's Ibaka. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Now a moment to see the stats for Wiggins. He had a strong showing last season. Around 20 points per game last season. 3 rebounds and 2 assists. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
Some guys just have the gift. He's one of them. You need points, he's your go-to guy.
Azania, he's checked in for Green. And both free throws good for Serge Ibaka.
And back in 08, Ibaka became the first player ever from the Republic of Congo to be drafted in the NBA.
And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, as you watch Andrew Wiggins, you can see him start to pick up tricks and figure out how to go at the other great perimeter players. Last season, he pulled a fadeaway on Kobe and actually told him, "I stole that from you." That was a great story.
And that's what it takes to become a great scorer in the NBA. All the great wingmen mimic those who came before.
Here we go. Let's draw it up. We've got to improve on our offensive execution, gentlemen.
Looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this time out here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul. Minnesota making a switch here. Muhammad's checked in. Outside Gordon. Passes to Prez. Levine against Fournier. Just 4 to shoot. Stolen by Levine. On the wing, out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. 5th, Ricky Rubio.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
There's the feed to Prez. Puts up a 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Well, the big shock on draft day was to see Prez drop down to the late lottery range. He had some ups and downs, as we all know, in college, but you would have thought he'd go higher.
Yeah, but it was a great draft class, so you can't blame teams for wanting a more consistent player early on. Still, guys like Kobe Bryant were drafted in the late lottery, so don't close the book on Prez just yet.
The Magic trail by 9. Right wing. Here's Ibaka. It's rebounded by Towns.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Levine against Fournier. Levine dishes to Jang. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Orlando. Hill, he's checked in for Minnesota. Bielitsa comes in for Levine. Prez passes to Gordon. Now here's Prez. He's covered closely and stolen by Jang, pushing it up. And Bielitsa kicks to Jang. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Timberwolves have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And he knocks down the first one. And the Magic making a change here. Payton's checked in. Here's Levine. Prez in at point guard. Baca is out there with Green. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Young in at the 2 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. And that one's good. Wiggins has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Minnesota. To the middle. Here's Young. Fournier in the corner. Pass to Prez. To end the run. That one, no good. And Minnesota will come the other way, coming off that loss against the Nets.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you were able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Andrew Wiggins' ball handling lagged behind the rest of his game before he came to the NBA, but he's found he can use his size to post up immediately. It's a talent that many players don't develop until they've been in the league for years. Kevin, he's got the footwork, and as his skills develop, he's almost certain to become a superstar.
Sure does. Thanks, D.A. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
You know, the other thing they've been able to do in the early going is to get to the free throw line and convert tonight.
Biombo, he's checked in for Orlando. And so he makes both from the line. A challenging stretch here for Orlando. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Magic moving the ball around. Shoots it. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Jeff Green on the wing. There's the dish to Prez. Looking to end the drought. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Prez has got 6.
And this is what happens when you don't crowd Prez. Give him just a little daylight from the perimeter, and he makes it look easy.
Here's Levine. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And the call will be against Prez. That's his first foul. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Magic. Timberwolves leading by 22. Outside, Levine. On the wing, Levine. Pass to Bielitsa. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Well, you know, against a player of his caliber, sometimes those layups are going to come no matter what the defense throws at him.
They set the pick. Prez dishes to Biyombo. Here's Prez. Wiggins with some nice D.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Goes up the baseline. Kept alive. Towns. Off with the layup. The Magic have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Here's Prez. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. And it's in there. 7 points for Zach LaVine.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game, no matter how many.
And through the first half, a pretty...
Hustle up. We have 2 more quarters to make this right. Listen, guys, we've got one guy.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second. So for the Magic, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Prez comes in for Gordon, and Levins is subbed in for Augustine. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, a high-flying pair of Levine and Wiggins are the 2 and the 3. Garnett out there with Towns, and it's Rubio in at the 1.
And that's what we've come to expect from Prez, a team-first player who is really good at distributing the ball.
Timberwolves leading by 22. Rubio with it. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Down low. Here's Towns. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. That's 7 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish. Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Levins kicks to Prez.
Green.
Stolen by Levine. One-on-one fast break. All alone. It's hauled in by the Magic. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Neither team a big-time contender in their respective conferences, Greg, but when the teams are fairly evenly matched, it can still be entertaining basketball.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
You know, I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued to bury the jump shot.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
Peyton, he's checked in for Levin. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jang, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Hill comes in for Kevin Garnett. Bielitsa, he checks in for Wiggins. And Shabazz Muhammad subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Peyton passes to Prez, releases, That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. 8 points for Prez.
Even with high-intensity defense surrounding Prez, he makes these shots look simple. I mean, that's a gift, folks. He takes his time, stays in rhythm, and doesn't mind the pressure.
Here's Muhammad. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Prez, he's in at shooting guard. Aaron Gordon out there with Young. And there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Levins in at the point guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Garnett kicks to Hill. He dishes it to Wiggins. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Minnesota.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for Andrew Wiggins. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. And Bielitsa kicks to Rubio. Muhammad dishes to Hill. 6 to shoot. Aldrich the pass to Muhammad. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
And Bielitsa kicks to Rubio. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. Always a pleasure, and I mean that, to be here with Kenny and Shaq. The fans are filling the seats in Orlando, the site of our broadcast, and where the Magic will be going up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And let me tell you, what a start to the new year. We've seen some terrific games already, Kenny. What are your thoughts on the early part of the season?
Well, a couple of teams that I thought would be
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Here in Orlando, it's interconference basketball as the Magic look to defend home court at the Amway Center. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah. In the two meetings last year, they came away with wins, never losing.
An East-West showdown, only one of two games between these squads.
And because of that, the time is now to seize control of the matchup. We'll see who strikes first.
And the Jazz start out with the ball. And checking out Utah's opening lineup. The Magic trail by 4. Out to the right wing. Hood against Fournier. Here's Prez. Tries again. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And you look at Vucevic, and his tenacity goes up the closer he is to the cup. Defenders try to match his level of physicality down there, which more times than not results in him going to the foul line.
The Magic shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
The first free throw is good.
And the Utah Jazz, with all their young talent, a team that's been on the cusp in the Western Conference, I mean, they felt they were ready to make a playoff push, and acquiring some quality veteran leaders with George Hill, Joe Johnson, and Boris Diaw, I think is just what the doctor ordered.
And Orlando making a change here. Biombo's checked in. And both free throws good for Vucevic. And for the Jazz, Greg, do you like their moves this summer, adding all those veterans?
George Hill, I think, fits a need at the point guard, but can also play alongside Dante Exum. Boris Diaw, a skilled big man who fits well with Gobert and Derek Favors. And then Joe Johnson, a proven shooter and scorer in big-time possessions. So I think overall they did well.
Now, here is Hill. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Hornets in Charlotte. Hayward can't hit. The Orlando Magic coming to this one following a loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Orlando making some changes. Mario Hezonja comes in for Nikola Vucevic. Young is subbed in for Fournier. Boris Diaw's checked in for Utah. Dante Exum comes in for George Hill. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Get over here, guys. Hustle up. Let's talk. Listen, guys, we've got one guy doing all the damage out there.
they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Exum kicks to Johnson. He feeds it to Hayward. Leaner from distance. Again, the miss by Hayward.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now, here is Young. Hazonia kicks to Gordon. Clock at 6. Down low. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
When there's a wide open man, Prez finds him.
Jazz trail by 3. Poked away. Now Exum. Johnson the screen. To stop the run. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Exum's got his first 2 points of the night.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Now here's Prez. To the inside. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Orlando gets it back. The kick out to Young. Feeds to Prez. .149 left here in the first quarter. And not sure what he was thinking there. Utah trailing here. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to speak to Quinn Snyder just before the game. This is the first meeting of the season between these teams, and he stressed to his guys they need to rely on their instincts at the offensive end. He said, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses without forcing things. If we keep doing that, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if they can keep that up tonight. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Dave, thanks. Appreciate the information. I think, guys, it's not the first time that shooting has been a focus for this team.
Not at all. I mean, a lot of their offensive philosophy really centers around their ability to create and take good shots.
And, of course, that's something that a lot of teams would benefit from, guys. I mean, they're looking to play a very cerebral and disciplined game today.
Exum hits them both. Well, the Magic in past famously losing superstar big men like Dwight Howard and Shaquille O'Neal. They've got some young talent, but do they have the star talent? They need to be great.
And you know what, Kevin? I think they can be really good, but I'm not sure they have that real foundational superstar player. Very few teams do, quite honestly. Still, for a team that hasn't had a winning season in over 5 years, I think just winning ball games becomes the most important thing.
For Utah, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Now, here's Dion, covered by Biyombo. Here's Exum, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. And so in the game for the Jazz, Hayward and Favors holding down those forward spots. Hill pairs up with Hood in the backcourt, and it's Gobert in at the center position. Now here is Ibaka. He's coming off a 13-point game against Minnesota. Fournier gets a wide open look. Here's Vucevic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Now with this break, let's check out just how the rebounding has been divided up in this game between the front and backcourt for the Jazz.
And it's been the bigs doing most of the work on the glass, and really no surprise there. That's what you pay those guys for, to control that paint and haul in those misses.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
And the size and skill set that Vucevic possesses makes it hard for defenders. He's agile as a 7-footer, and he also has enough body and knows how to use it that defenses have a real problem with.
Jazz trail by 4. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Gobert, the screen. Favors passes to Hayward. Hits it from three-point range. Hayward's got 5.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Prez with the ball. Hill's there. Prez, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Hill dishes to Hood. It's back to Hill. Outside Favors. Favors with the screen. Hayward kicks to Hill. Pass to Hood. Launches it. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
DJ Augustine's checked in for the Magic. Orlando's gone 0-2 from deep here in the 2nd. Prez passes to Fournier. Dishes it to Vucevic. He kicks it to Prez. From deep. Rebounded by the Jazz. Favors has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Gobert, the screen. Hood dishes to Hill. Back to Hood. Shoots the 3. And it's Hood again missing. Orlando leading. And Rodney Hood, talk about making a jump from year 1 to year 2. Greg, he improved in almost every facet of the game.
And Hood came into the league with a reputation as a dead-eye shooter, and that's been the case from both long and mid-range off the bounce. What has surprised some people, though, is his advanced ball handling and his ability to find open teammates. A relatively quick study there. Still a ton of upside to Hood's game.
Now here's Hayward against Charlotte. He was really on his game. And Fournier kicks to Augustine. Now here's Prez. He's covered closely. Augustine against Hill. Here's Vucevic. 6 points for him. Gobert with the block. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Jazz trail by 3. Hill passes to Favors. Favors sets the pick for Hood. Gobert, the screen. 3-pointer, Hayward. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. And Augustine kicks to Prez. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Augustine's got 3 assists now in this one. And you can see it in Prez's eyes. There is no way he's missing that 3.
And when he wants to hit from deep, it's almost as if he wills it in if you let him.
Now here's Hayward. 5 points in the game. Gobert makes it off the glass. Gobert's got his 2nd bucket.
Guys, good job working it down low and getting the high percentage look there. That's good basketball.
Magic leading by 4. The feed to Prez. Puts up a 3. And that one is off. The Jazz go the other way with it. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. Orlando's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the 2nd quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Vucevic dishes to Prez. 18 that time from Hood.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Utah wasn't going to let Gordon Hayward go to Charlotte. They matched that offer sheet a couple of years ago, and now he's growing into his role as the go-to offensive player for the Jazz. But it's his versatility that really makes him special. He said, I have to be active and have to affect all parts of the game in order for us to be a successful team. And indeed, Kevin, he does a little bit of everything.
Sure does. Thank you, D.A. Now here's Prez, covered by Hood. Vucevic against Gobert. It's tipped. Hayward with the ball. And here is Hill. Outside Favors. Feed away. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Now Fournier. Last game we saw him score 14. Augustine, no luck. Outside Hill. Hood kicks to Hill. Jazz passing it around. Fournier against Hayward. And Hill has it in the corner. Utah needs to get off a shot here. That ties the game. That's 10 points for Derek Favors.
Here we go. Let's draw it up. Get out, Orlando, you're garbage. We've got to improve our offensive execution, gentlemen. Hey, stop improvising out there.
I thought a shooting guard.
Yeah, and he's a pretty cautious playmaker and ball handler. He is.
And a pretty tightly.
Bring it in. We have not won this game yet. Listen, guys, we got one.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get. So for the Magic, Prez is checked in for Ibaka, and Levens is subbed in for Augustine. Prez, he's in at shooting guard. Green is out there with Vucevic. Then it's Evan Fournier, and it's Levens in at the 5. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic.
You know, you look at Evan Fournier, and he's very crafty. He said his favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and I see some similarities in their games. Both are efficient scorers. They're able to make the 3 and slash and dash inside to finish around the rim.
And Fournier has Swisher's mentality, an excellent finisher around the rim.
And, you know, he's got a really soft touch, too, guys, Fournier. I mean, he can hit the floater. What I'd like to see from him are more free throws. Get to the line and maybe even bump up that assist total as well. I think he's got to find multiple ways to punish defenders as he gets into the lane.
Hill kicks to Johnson. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Favors with the screen. Down low. Hood can't get it to go.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
That's good from Prez on the assist by Levin. That's 7 points for Prez. And Prez came into the NBA early, as is so common now, but he still has the support of his loving mom. And the two are as close as any in the league, and she still hounds him to take care of himself.
Well, that's what moms are best at, huh? I heard she will still send him care packages with food. I'm sure some of his teammates might rib him on that, but nothing beats a home-cooked meal from mom. I don't care who you are.
You don't make it to the NBA without having an exceptional workout. With that said, Prez's dedication to improving is, from what I hear, as good as it gets.
I mean, he's certainly dedicated to making sure he is at his best at all times. A lot of players will use their free time to escape from basketball, but Perez loves the game so much, he seeks out even more time with the rock.
Johnson the screen. Hill passes to Favors. For three, Hayward knocks down the three ball. Hayward's got 8 points.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Levens kicks to Green. Now here's Prez. Tight defense on him. Fournier dishes to Prez. Kicks to Vucevic. Takes the 13-footer. Rebounded by the Jazz. Favors got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Hill, no good. Orlando, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Green, the pass to Prez. Back to Green, and stolen by Hood. And now Utah, fast break. Plays it in off the breakaway. Hood's got the game tied up here for the Jazz.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
To the paint. And that one's good. Levens. And the Magic lead by 2.
Although Fournier is known primarily for his shooting, he's a team player who also looks to distribute to his teammates.
All right, bring it in. Let's talk, gentlemen. Hey, if we let up on D, even a little, it's enough to get their guy going.
Many of the main pieces of the puzzle seem to be in place. The next step for me is, will one of these young core players emerge as a superstar?
The Jazz making a switch here. Boris Diaz checked in for Favors. Alec Burks comes in for Gordon Hayward. Shelvin next. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little